The second cycle I want to talk about, you may be somewhat familiar with, but probably not as much as with the water cycle. And this is the carbon cycle. Of course, all living organisms are made of carbon. They call us carbon-based organisms. All the proteins and lipids and carbohydrates that we talked about, DNA, it's all based on carbon. So obviously we are a storehouse of carbon as well as plants and all different kinds of animals. So during photosynthesis, carbon from the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide is taken in by plants, and then it's given off by animals or fungus or plants or any other organism during the process of cellular respiration, which we've talked about, or even in the process of decomposition. So fungus or bacteria that break down waste products or dead organisms are releasing carbon dioxide as well. Erosion of the land and volcanic activity both release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere as well. And then carbon gets stored in the bodies of organisms. Like I said, it's what makes us up. And when organisms die, sometimes they're not decomposed, but their bodies are converted into something we call fossil fuels over long periods of time. And so we have underground the bodies of what was once the bodies of organisms from a long time ago. That is now fuel that we take out of the ground, and we use it in our cars, we heat our homes with it, or something like that. The burning of fossil fuels in our cars, in our homes, the tearing down of forests, deforestation, all over the world, and some mining processes also return carbon to the atmosphere at very high rates. And of course, the concern is that the rate is so high that the warming in the atmosphere due to carbon dioxide will cause an increase in the greenhouse effect and therefore an increase in the temperature of the planet overall. We call this global warming. So if we look at an overview of the carbon cycle, we started with the take-up of CO2 by plants, and then plants are eaten by consumers, and then higher level consumers, and they both are giving off carbon dioxide back to the atmosphere. So this is one little cycle right here, but then we think about the death of the tree and the rabbit and the lynx, and when they decompose, they're going to give off carbon dioxide, and then some of their carbon is stored as a fossil fuel, and then we burn it and add more CO2 to the atmosphere.